Hello, and welcome back to Just a Conversation, where we dive into the heart of transformation and self discovery. Our conversations also focus on faith, hope, and the resilience it takes to build and sustain both, not just on the good days, but especially through life's most challenging moments. Today's conversation centers around a date that is fast approaching, a reoccurring reminder of the path and process for me. I mention 2018 often, and I want to share with you the significance of the year, the date. It was a pivotal moment, one that set the stage for the end of one phase in my life and the beginning of another. It's a story of how painful time in my life transformed into purpose. There are moments in life that change us, challenge us, and push us toward healing, growth, and forgiveness. These moments may feel overwhelming, but they hold the power to guide us towards something greater. For me, that moment came in 2018. It shook something loose within me, something buried deep for years. It began with the loss of my sister. Growing up, it was just the two of us, and her unexpected passing was the catalyst for a 7-year journey I never anticipated. She passed on February 14th, a day celebrated for love and connection. But on that day, I found myself making a call no one should ever have to make, telling my mother just one day after her birthday that her baby girl was gone. Just 4 days later, on my own birthday, I was navigating this pain that felt impossible to comprehend. The timing, a collision of joy and sorrow, marked me forever. All of us. Life, it was stripping me bare, preparing me for something I couldn't yet understand. By May of that year, I stood at a job I loved, surrounded by people I respected and who respected me. But deep down, I knew that I would never return. I knew I was never coming back. At the time, it didn't make sense. Like, not to me and certainly not to anyone else. But I was being called in another direction. Sometimes, I've learned we don't make sense to the people we love, and that's okay. It's not our job to force understanding or acceptance. That's a journey that they must take on their own. All I knew that life was guiding me toward something else, toward creativity, towards something I had long overlooked. In the past, I I focused on the traditional path, the right job, the right income, and so on. Creating was just something I did when I had time. It was just an outlet until it wasn't, until it became the path. After I left, year after year, I tried to rebuild my life as it was, still thinking I had to do it this way. To have this job, to make this amount of money, only to be met with more loss, losing jobs, housing, connections, all of it, over and over. But during that, I kept running into people that needed me to create for them or to speak the words they needed in that moment. In turn, I had housing, income. Eventually, I understood. The Holy Spirit was guiding me. It wasn't about telling God my plans, it was about listening to His. Once I surrendered to hope and faith that I would make it, that the right doors would open. The journey became easier to navigate and witness. Did I pay a price? Absolutely. Would I change anything? Not a thing. We are all being led, whether we realize it or not. Each of us has a calling, a purpose to fulfill, an experience to grow from. Not everyone we love will walk with us to the other side of that journey. Not every plan we've made for ourselves will hold, and that's okay. We are not here to stay rooted in the familiar. We're here to evolve, to grow, to embrace the unknown. And in that evolution, we find our true selves, grow into ourselves. Lately, I've been reflecting on if if I resisted the path I'm being called to, am I and would I have been holding someone else back from fulfilling their purpose? My delay doesn't stop the process, but it can slow it down. If 2018 hadn't stripped me bare, I wouldn't be here today sharing this story with you. Not in this moment. My hope is that these conversations help someone, help you. Hold on to faith, find peace, and cling a little tighter to hope. Through the pain, the loss, and the letting go of who I thought I was supposed to be, I found freedom. My faith grew stronger. My creativity flourished. I've created for myself and other things I did not know I was capable of creating. I found connection and I ran right into peace. Through creative expressions and meeting others in their times of need, healing, and understanding of the process were taking place in my life. I didn't know it at the time. But today, I'm speaking to you a testament of the transformative power of faith, hope, and trusting in the journey through life's most challenging moments. I'll leave you with this. Pain, it has the power to shape us, but only if we let it. It can strip us bare, yes. But in doing so, it reveals our unshakable core. The choice is ours, of course. We can let it break us or let it transform us. I chose transformation. And if you're facing a moment like that, I hope you choose the same. Because on the other side of life's most challenging moments is purpose, growth, and a version of you waiting to be unleashed. To everyone navigating life's challenges right now, my thoughts are with you. May you find strength, peace, and a sense of hope that carries you through. Know that you will make it. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Just a Conversation. Until next time, take it one breath, one day, one step at a time. I'm Montreal, and this has been Jack.